Live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa, welcome to Hey Coach on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Hey Coach is presented by Alfa Insurance. You do your thing. We've got you covered. Hey Coach is also brought to you by Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Ford, get the job done right in a Ford F-150, the smartest F-150 ever. Raise your game and visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Toyota, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy, and buy. McMurray Van, rent local with McMurray Van and Car Rental. We offer the perfect vehicle for any need. Proudly serving Alabama. Visit us today for a hassle-free rental experience. Now, live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa, this is Hey Coach.
It is indeed Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. A raucous crowd has already made its way here to Baumhower's Victory Grille, and we're glad you're with us for this program. Also for Crimson Drive, Roger Hoover, your host on Thursday afternoons on all CTSN social media outlets. Crimson Drive live Thursdays at 2 o'clock Central, so be sure to join us for the latest on Alabama athletics. Tonight on the show, we're going to talk a little tennis. We're going to talk some men's basketball. George Husak, the head coach of the Alabama men's program, joining us just a few minutes from now. Also, Alabama men's basketball coach Nate Oats and Grant Nelson from the Crimson Tide also scheduled to be with us here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. We had a great crowd on Saturday. We expect to see a lot of Crimson in the home of the Maroon on Wednesday night when Bama travels to Starkville to take on Mississippi State. But next weekend at Coleman Coliseum, if you're coming to the game against Georgia, be sure to stop by any merchandise stand in Coleman to purchase your limited edition Yeti tumbler. Our new basketball Yetis are available only at Coleman Coliseum during men's and women's home games while supplies last. Yeti is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. One more way you can keep up with everything Alabama is with that Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. It's available at the App Store and also at Google Play. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free. You're listening to Hey Coach. It's from Baumhower's Victory Grille, the official watch party location of the Crimson Tide. And we're back to Tuscaloosa right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricon termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we're proud to sponsor the University of Alabama Athletics and prouder to take the field or court with you. Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hey parents and kids, AEA has unveiled a new contest at your school that lets you count your way to the Iron Bowl of basketball. AEA wants to help K through 6 students be academic champions just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Count Challenge could win tickets to the February 15th Alabama vs. Auburn basketball game at Coleman Coliseum. Ask your teacher about contest rules, encourage your child to be an AEA math champion, and win a trip to the Iron Bowl of basketball.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhower here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhower's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This segment of Hey Coach is presented. I wish it was brought to you by Halls, but it's brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? You try and decide. I'm Chris Stewart, trying to get through this one. My apologies. Glad you are with us here at Baumhower's Victory Grill, and glad to welcome in the head coach of the Alabama men's tennis program, Coach George Husak. Coach, always good to see you, and thanks for being here.
Great to be here, Chris. Thank you.
This is the start now of the technically spring season, I guess, as we've gotten past the fall where we're talking during the break. It's really individual competition there, singles competition, some doubles, right? But no team competition that takes place.
Correct. We'll play. A lot of people don't understand our sport. We play all year. We begin in September and finish in May. But from September through November, it's all individual tournaments. So much like someone would play if you wanted to go out and play a tournament on your own, that's what our guys do. And we have specific pathways for them, specific tournaments, college, pro, low-level pro tournaments. But it's all for them. It's all developmental. Right. And then from January through May, it's Alabama against another school. That's what we're evaluated for, and that's what I'm evaluated on by our athletic director, Greg Byrne, and that's the meat of our season. That's what we play for.
And that's why, frankly, some of the individuals that will be a part of what you do in the season that's starting now from a team standpoint aren't with you. It's good and bad. I know you kind of like to have them wearing the script A, but they're competing on the professional circuit. That's part of the things that have changed now with college athletics, where I guess that's not an issue. And explain to us a little bit about what's going on there.
So in the fall, we had 2 players, Philip Planenchek, the NCAA champion, and Enzo Aguiar. They played a professional schedule. So they played, let's say, your single A, double A, triple A ball of tennis, and they did that actually starting last June. So in tennis, you're allowed to take 1 semester off, 1 term, and that's the term that they took off. They are seniors. They will graduate this May. And so just because they had gone to summer school, they were kind of ahead of the spectrum.
Sure.
Then they come back for the team, and the experience that they have in the tournaments, that helps because they compete in the fall just like their teammates do. The only disconnect is, they're not around their other teammates. So we had a couple of new guys join the team this year, and so they're learning them, they've known them for 2 weeks, but they know the system. So you typically don't do it early on. You'll do it junior year, senior year. And in the end, they are preparing. It's their dress rehearsal for the pro tour that they will start next summer.
You mentioned they don't know or they do know the system. Explain what that is, because for myself, you think of golf. Yes, there are team elements, but it's by and large an individual sport. I know that there's certainly team situations with doubles, but we tend to think of tennis as the individualized sport. Talk about how that that team aspect and that team chemistry is built and why it's important?
Well, with us, and very unlike team sports, football, basketball, what one player does on one court has no bearing on the other courts per se, whatever style of play they, it's not like they're trying to get an assist.
Sure.
And when we play team competitions, our matches that we play, we add up, we play to 7. So the team that wins 4 points. So one player, they can win 1 point if they win their singles match. And if they're playing a doubles match, they're really just worth a half a point. It may not make sense to everyone, but what they do on the court, there are other people on the team that can, they help to the team total. It's not all about them.
Got it.
Where in the fall, when we're in individual tournaments, whatever they do is great. And, we raise the flag and the pom-poms for them. But in the spring, they really have to take care of their stuff, but also know that it's not about them and it's about everyone else.
Right.
And that's what I think makes it really complicated. Complicated in a sense that everyone's got to be on the same page. If you don't show up one day, we'd like to put someone else in, but you just have to show up. And this year especially, I remember when these guys were freshmen and they had no idea what this was all about. And just like this last weekend, just walking around, just being around practice during the last week, the maturity is it's just way higher than it was. And so to see how they've grown, that's why our program's done better in the last couple of years. It's really because of them and their maturity.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the young men and also what is coming up with the schedule this weekend. The Crimson Tide in action at home, but we are at Baumhower's Victory Grill, and Baumhower's Chili is a fantastic item on the menu here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. They got special dishes even served with their signature BB's homemade chili, including chili cheese nachos, a char-grilled chili cheese potato stack, and loaded chili cheese fries. Baumhower's legendary fun, legendary food. We're at Baumhower's here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is where you can make your statement with our incredible range of signs and graphics. You can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
This segment of Hey Coach is presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton in downtown Tuscaloosa. Make yourself at home, stay in comfort, and enjoy the great options of the on-site 205 restaurant and bar. Homewood Suites by Hilton in Tuscaloosa, proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Chris Stewart back with you here at Baumhower's Victory Grill with the head coach of the Alabama men's tennis program, George Husak. The Crimson Tide in action this weekend at home. Coach, 3 matches. You've got Tulsa coming in on Friday afternoon about 4 o'clock, and then Sunday, 11 a.m. and 4, respectively, when you'll play MTSU and Alabama A&M. Chance to be at home, show off the great-looking complex, and also have some good competition here in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging weekend. We actually will, if my opponents are listening, I mean, we're going to be short 2 players because they're home in Slovenia representing their country playing Davis Cup. It's big Davis Cup weekend. And we've had the flu go through our team, so it's going to be challenging. Certainly Friday, both Tulsa on Friday and Middle Tennessee State, they've done well in that conference. We've had really close matches with them. Playing at home is always a nice intangible thing.
When you have illness, there's not much of a substitution situation for you, right? You play with what you have.
Yeah, it is. That is what you have. And this last weekend, we actually were going to redshirt a guy this semester. He was good enough to play, and he's very good. And we've had a hamstring, we've had a hip flexor, and then we had the flu. And I'm like, well, I think I got to talk to him about pulling the red shirt. And, I did just that. And he's ready, and we're a better team with him now. I wanted to kind of save him for next August, but again, you go with what you have, and that's okay. That's okay. We're pretty strong top to bottom.
We referenced this young man earlier, but Philip, and I'll let you deal with the last name, but the 2024 NCAA champion is back in Tuscaloosa again this year, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, very great, and he's excited. This last weekend when he played. He was a little tense. He's a little rigid. I got to keep him loose. And as I told him, look, everyone that's going to play against him this year, he's going to get their best. They're not really going to care who he is. They're not going to feel the pressure. He's going to feel it as much as he wants to feel it. I've been on his court just to kind of manage that. To try and keep him as loose as possible. And at the same time, he's coming in with just a different mind. He's just way better from playing the pro events and kind of getting, his end handed to him a little bit, playing at a higher level. Coming to the college scene has been challenging because, number one, he's expected to perform and just win all the time. And then secondly, he's also got to understand that, okay, I'm not a pro yet. I'm still with this team.
Right.
And that's why he's back. He wants to win it all. So, and I think that if it starts with him, it'll end with him, and that helps everyone else on the team.
What has it done for your program as a whole to have the NCAA champion?
It certainly allowed us to sign 3 guys this last fall. It opens up communication patterns. People respond a lot more, but you kind of just have a short-lived honeymoon for once he's gone, he's gone. Like, we have to produce as a team to keep it going, to show, okay, we had the NCAA champion and our team did well.
Coach, when you have these home meets, tell us about how they can be there and take part in that and what all is involved for the fans that want to come and support your program.
Well, number one, we play inside until the middle of February.
That's a good selling point.
So that's a very good thing. Our matches are free. Our booster club provides free popcorn and water, bottled water at all our events. But I think the main thing with tennis, unlike any other sport, is that you can really get close to the action, which you can indoors or outdoors. We have our guys, after every match, go and meet the fans. So I think that's a unique way, rather than being in Bryant-Denny or even in Coleman. And we've got a really interesting team in that we're pretty diverse. Outside of myself being from California, we've got a Texan. We're from all over the world. And I think that for the guys for people to understand where they're from, but for the guys to learn what Tuscaloosa is all about,
right?
That's most important to me.
It's fantastic. Learn more about all Alabama athletic teams at the official website of the Tide. It's rolltide.com, but specifically find out more information about the men's tennis program of head coach George Husak. Coach, always good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Very much,
Appreciate
Chris.
it so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Here on the program, we are glad you're with us for Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. We'll tell you about the Everwood Performance of the Week when we come back. It's a lot to cheer about here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment and tried and true expertise. We'll help you call the right plays on your property, and we're always there when you need an assist. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to agriculture equipment, we've got serious game. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Hey Coach is presented in part by Everwood Treatment Company. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right, and they bring us our performance of the week, and it's to the University of Alabama cheer team, whose performance in the final round of the Division 1A Co-Ed Championship gave the Crimson Tide cheerleaders the national championship. They posted a great score in the final round, able to edge South Florida and the Bulls final tally. So the Tide wins the national championship for cheerleading for the 7th time in program history. It's the first co-ed title for Alabama since 2015. Congratulations, Coach Jennifer Thrasher, the entire staff, and, of course, the student-athletes for their national title. That is your Everwood Performance of the Week. To ask a question tonight on Hey Coach, just give us a call on the McMurray Van and Car Rental Hotline. 877-202-BAMA is the number to call. Rent local with McMurray Van and Car Rental. They offer the perfect vehicle for any need. Proudly serving Alabama. Visit today for a hassle-free rental experience. We're talking men's basketball when we come back. Stay with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch!
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
DCH has a new dedicated unit especially for children. At DCH, we recognize how the entire family is affected when a child is sick, injured, or living with a chronic medical condition. Our board-certified pediatricians specialize in providing our youngest patients, from birth through adolescence, the best care appropriate to their developmental level, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. DCH Pediatrics, making a big difference in little lives.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
Weaving through traffic, kicks it in the corner. Nelson all alone. Grant starting to get it going inside and out. And with 11:45 to play, Bama again leads by 7. Chris Stewart back with you here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. So glad to have you with us for our program here tonight. As you can tell, another great crowd with us as the Alabama men's basketball team got another big win this weekend. The Crimson Tide rolling to now a 17-3 overall record. Alabama also just one game out of first place in the overall SEC standings, an 80-73 win over the Tigers. And as usual, a big reason why, the play of a graduate student for Alabama who joins us here at Baumhower's Victory Grille, the pride of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Grant Nelson, good to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, sir.
I want to know how hard you laughed at everybody about a week or so ago when we had a couple of snow flurries and we actually referred to it as snow. Being a Grand Forks native and having been now not to your hometown but to your home state, that's called spring in your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, sometimes summer.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
What was it like to be able to go back home and play in front of so many people that have known you a good bit of your life, if not all of it?
I mean, it was great. A lot of love shown to me from North Dakota, so it was great to go back and put on a show for them. I mean, it was a lot closer than we wanted it, but, I mean, I feel like we learned a lot. I mean, we put on a show for pretty much everyone who's been supporting me throughout my career, so it was a lot of fun.
I'm curious, how many of those guys that you lined up against did you played with, against, or did you know any of them at all? I think there were a couple, as I recall.
Yeah, Trayson Eaglestaff, I've played with him, played against him a lot. I used to play in a lot of Native American tournaments growing up, and he'd be in a lot of those. So,
right.
I mean, I played against him quite a bit. I didn't expect him to go for 40 on us, but, I mean, he had a great game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, a lot of those guys I remember playing with or against when I was at North Dakota State. But, I mean, yeah, so it was good to see some familiar faces.
Tell me why Tuscaloosa was the right fit for you. You could have gone just about anywhere in the country when you went into the portal and wanted to play somewhere other than where you were. But why was this the right place, the right fit?
I mean, it was really everything. Style of play, all the coaches, the players on the team at the time. I just felt like everything came into play. And my brother, Justin, he helped me a lot with the recruiting. I mean, he knew he was a perfect fit. I knew from the moment I came on the visit. Even before I came on the visit, I pretty much knew I was coming here.
Right.
But, I mean, it was just everything tied together, and then the visit kind of solidified it.
Yeah, tell me, obviously you're back for another year. I think a lot of people thought we were just going to see you for a season when you first came in, but we thankfully got you for a second year, so obviously you're enjoying it here. But tell me about adapting to Tuscaloosa, and we know the weather's different, but what's similar? People?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot. You hear Southern hospitality. I mean, I feel like North Dakota is a lot the same, where it's like just a small town feel. Like everyone's just welcoming. Everyone's just loving. They'll do anything for you. They got your back. So I mean, a lot of that. But I mean, other than that, the weather is so much different. The summers I could hardly handle. It's nice. I get to play a lot more golf. But play with Coach a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coach out here. He'll be with us on stage in just a minute. I do want to talk from a basketball standpoint. A lot of people wondered if you'd be able to do night in and night out in this league, what you were able to do at North Dakota State. What's it been like for you to prove to yourself that you could do it night in and night out and elevate your play the way you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier when a lot of people around you have confidence in you. And, I mean, I put in a lot of the work. I mean, my teammates, they put in work, so we rely on each other. We know that anybody can come out on any given night and score however many amount of points or do whatever it takes to win, really. So, I mean, we got a lot of confidence in each other, and, I mean, we work every day. We work so hard. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much where it comes from.
We had all heard before we actually saw you, hey, he's 6'11", but he can put it on the deck a little bit. I think your very first possession in an Alabama uniform a year ago, you pulled the ball off the glass. The rest of the team, rest of the players go the other end, and you bring it up yourself. And we look up, you didn't stop. I think you got a dunk going coast to coast for your first bucket. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's just a part of your game, but that's a rarity for a guy your size. Where did you get the handle? I know it's work. I understand that. But have you always handled the ball that well?
I mean, I wasn't really great until, like, probably my sophomore year of high school is when I, like, really started to get, like, decent. But, I mean, it's just, like, I'd play at the park with my friends like 4 hours a day, pretty much every day. Like I was just playing for fun. And, I mean, it kind of just developed naturally. So, I mean, it's.
Did you have a big growth spurt, or have you always been the tallest guy around?
I was always pretty tall, but, I mean, I was like 6'1" my freshman year of high school, and then I jumped to like 6'7" my sophomore year, and I feel like that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Being able to handle it like that.
Has your high school coach stopped smiling from the moment he saw you at 6'1" go to 6'7"? Because I would imagine if, that lands in your lap, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky. Me and my brother, too. My brother was like 6'8", playing against a bunch of like 5'9" dudes.
Yeah, that's good for us. We're just glad that you're 6'11", you're wearing crimson, and having so much success with Alabama. Great to see you. We're going to talk to your coach next, but Grant Nelson, thanks, and continued success wearing that Alabama uniform.
Yeah, thank you.
Grant Nelson, everybody joining us here from Baumhower's Victory Grill. We'll come back and get our first question of the night. It'll be brought to you by Alabama811.com. Help prevent injuries, outages, and loss of life. Call 811 or, again, visit online, al811.com before you dig. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Coach Nate Oats with us next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know that feeling when you're doing what you love? You're in the zone, truly and fully alive, lost in thought. You know what you're not thinking about? Insurance. That's where Alfa comes in. Alfa handles all things insurance, so you're free to do anything. So get out there and live your best life. Whatever your thing is, we've got you covered. That's life with Alfa Insurance. Visit alfainsurance.com to learn more.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Of Holloway, and we got numbers 5 on 4. Holloway, top of the arc, right side, gets a return pass, lets it fly. You're listening to Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all, and alfainsurance.com is where you can learn more. Please welcome in the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Coach Nate Oats. Coach, always good to see you, sir.
Always good to see you too, Chris. Appreciate you inviting me on again this week.
Yeah, it's great to invite you onto your own radio show. Glad you're here. We got fans that have been, regulars with us, and great lineup, and folks excited about what's happening with your Alabama Crimson Tide. Are you sending the bat signal out right there?
Oh, look, it's pretty cool. Look,
that is pretty cool.
Flashlight with the Roll Tech Alabama and Crimson Tide.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
How cool is that?
That's a really cool thing. So here we are at a spot where your team is top 5 in the country again. You've got one team ahead of you right now in the SEC standings. That's it.
It's Auburn, for those of you that don't know.
I was going to let you bring that up, but we'll see them. There'll be opportunities against the Tigers, and that is part of the question, Coach. How do you keep focused one game at a time, one possession at a time, when everybody in the state's already talking about, man, those two perhaps great matchups, and in the fact that we've got two teams ranked as highly as we do in the state?
I mean, if we don't take care of business when we play them, we won't be one game behind them trying to tie them. So we just got to take care of business. Our goal is not to beat Auburn. I mean, that's embedded in the ultimate goal. Our goal is to win championships. The SEC regular season championship is one of them. And we're going to have to beat them to win it. So, but in order to beat them, we got to be playing our best basketball.
Sure.
I didn't think we played our best basketball against LSU. We played good enough to beat LSU, but not good enough to beat some other teams that are going to be on our schedule. That was kind of the point we were trying to make at halftime, kind of get some guys to go a little harder. Let's get something more going. I thought in the second half we were better than the first half. We were tied at the half. We ended up winning by 7. If we'd have handled the last 2 minutes better, we were up 13. So we need to close games better. But, I think whether it happened in the game, I thought Cliff was unbelievable in the second half in the game. Thought he was great in practice today, too. I thought Sears had an unbelievable practice today. I thought the energy today, it had everybody played as hard in the game as they did in practice today. I don't think it would have been tied at the half. So, can we get these guys to give a max effort every single night out, every practice, every game? If we can get there, we'll be competing for championships. If not, we're still a pretty good basketball team, but not the level I want us to be, or I think that they want to be. So that's the goal. We got to draw it out of them. Got to keep challenging them and get them to play their best basketball.
Is that the toughest assignment that a coach has, whether you're talking about a player who's been with you for 5 years, 3 years, or a little more than 8 months?
Yeah, I think getting to know them, what makes them tick, figuring out how to motivate them, getting them to play for the team, to play as hard as they can possibly play, to keep we're getting a little older. I don't know if it looks like, maybe you still work out a little bit. If you go in the gym by yourself and you're like, I'm going to get a 30-minute workout in, maybe you stay in there 30 minutes, but you don't get the same workout you do as if I go in there with Henry. Shoot, if I'm in there with Henry, I'm about ready to throw up after 30 minutes. There's different levels to it. Sometimes you need somebody to push you. So I think that's part of my job as a coach, is to push them way harder than they push themselves. It'd be nice if everybody push themselves to their limit on their own, but that's just not human nature. Hey, it's not mine either. I mean, that's why I tell Henry, get me a workout every day. So if I do it on my own, I may do it, may not do it. Probably won't go very hard. So that's part of our job, and we got to do a better job at, pushing these guys and figuring out what makes them tick and get them to go as hard. But we've shown flashes. We've shown long signs of it. I still don't think I've seen 40 minutes on both sides of the ball yet, but it's coming. I think we're getting a little bit better every game.
Let's go to the phones. Pee Wee, you are up first with Coach Nate Oats. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Coach, how are you doing, sir?
Doing great, Pee Wee. You guys all shoveled out down there? Or you still got snow on the ground? I was looking down there.
It's all good. It was all gone by the time I got back from Tuscaloosa on Sunday. I came up for the game Saturday.
Oh, that's cool. Did you make a snowman? Did you get any pictures? Snowman down there?
I didn't make one, but I got plenty of pictures of them. So,
okay.
Coach, I just wanted to ask you, if you could just talk a little bit about the emergence of Chris Youngblood since he's came back in, and Aiden Holloway, and the importance of these two guys going down the stretch in the way that they've been playing here lately.
Yeah, both of them have been playing well. They're coming along. They're both getting more comfortable with their teammates, the system, and they're both extremely important because we don't have a ton of shooting. With Reitzel out, it looks like Mallet, may not end up playing with the knees the rest of the year. With some of the shooting out for the year, we really need shooting. With the way we play, we're a lot better when we shoot it well. We've adapted well. I think we're got the third ranked in efficiency offense, number 1 in points scored per game right now in the country. And so we've done it pretty well without the shooting, but it certainly works a lot better with the shooting. And both those guys are, 2 of the 3 best shooters on the team playing right now currently, those two and Sears, obviously. So the way those two have emerged is going to make us a lot better. It's going to make us a lot better offensively. Holloway's playing much better defense than he was at the beginning of the year. I think he's actually becoming a really good defensive guard, showing some toughness. He had a block shot the other game. He's been stripping some of the bigs, when they try to post him. He's been good. So Youngblood's got some toughness, some competitiveness, but they both shoot, and we need that shooting in the lineup. We need that shooting, those two Sears, and if we get LeBaron just be a little bit more consistent, I think we could really kind of take this thing to another level, especially on the offensive end.
Thank you for the call, Pee Wee. Coach, we had Grant Nelson on earlier, and I probably have asked you this more than once, but if you could talk a little bit about how the presence and the emergence of Clifford Amore has allowed Grant night in and night out to be in a more comfortable spot. He showed it in the NCAA tournament last year and at other times, and he's done it this year. You can play him at the 5, but when you're able to play him at the 4, even though technically you guys are positionless, what it does for his game, how it frees him up.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite say we're positionless. We do play everybody on the perimeter a lot more than most, all the traditional college teams. But
you don't list 15 point guards like Vanderbilt does, right? Literally, no, that's what they list.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Right.
We got some guys that their job is to screen a little bit more than others, roll off the pick and roll. We don't want some of them shooting threes off ball screens. We try to define the roles a little bit more than just straight positionless. But I get the point, and we do play on the perimeter a lot more and all that. But to your question with Cliff, I thought today's practice might have been his best practice he's had since he's been here. So, I hope that translates to the game Wednesday. A part of it is him, getting more explosive, getting more athletic, getting out of screens faster, rebounding it better, blocking shots, getting the defense really lined up. Part of it is the guards finding him when he's open. I thought we've been missing him way too much. I made a big point of emphasis, like we have to get him when he's open down there, and we have missed him too often. So, we try to mix practice up all the time, but I think today was, LeBaron and who was it? LeBaron and Holloway were the guards with him, and then Sears and Youngblood were with. No, I got that backwards. I think Sears and Holloway were with Grant, and it was CY. It was Youngblood and LeBaron were with Cliff.
Gotcha.
But CY and LeBaron, particularly LeBaron and CY enough too, were really finding Cliff at a really high level. He ended up shooting 10 for 11 from the field in practice in our 5-on-5 live stuff. I went back and looked. 7 of those 8 were lobs. Another one was a dunk, and then only 2 of his 10 makes weren't dunks. So we found him on lobs a lot better today. Found him kind of in the dunker spot. It's called the dunker spot for a reason. I told our guys I need to start finding him there so he can dunk the basketball. So I thought, him emerging at the 5s kind of enabled Grant to play more at the 4, which then, he's a big 4. He's a average size 5, but he's a big 4, and he's athletic and moves, and he can come block shots. And so, I think he's getting more comfortable out playing on the perimeter at the 4. Cliff's playing well. Aiden Sherrill at times, depending on matchups and stuff, and the other team has been good for us too.
Tell us about Mississippi State. What are we going to see with the Bulldogs? I know always tough and physical, but really good team.
Yeah, kind of like you said, tough, physical, gets all over the old boards. They've got a really good guard in Josh Hubbard that's really been scoring it at a high level. Cam Matthews is a name everyone's familiar with. He's been there a while. He's one of the best defenders, rebounders. He's getting more skilled every year. He's aggressive. They're good. I mean, they've got a lot of guys that can hurt you, but we really got to make sure that Hubbard doesn't get going because he's capable of lighting up in a hurry, and Cam Matthews caused some problems. Keyshawn Murphy from Birmingham's done really well for him. He comes off the bench, but he had a handful of threes on us a couple years ago, and he's been playing pretty good for him as well. They're good. I mean, they're going to get out. They're going to run. They're going to play a little more open maybe than what they have in the past. They're not going to throw in the post near as much as what they had with Tolu last year, but their guards are, I think, a little better. I think overall as a team, they're probably a little better than last year. They're a good team, and Ken Pom's got them favored to win at their place. So we're in for a dogfight over there.
Speaking of dogfights, Georgia comes in Saturday. We won't spend much time on them, but Coach, if you could just talk about the impact the crowd can have on a ball game and how you'll need them. The record may not be great for Georgia right now, but a very dangerous club.
Yeah, no, they've been winning a lot. They were in the top 25 there. Obviously this league's tough. You get the wrong stretch in this league, and you can drop a few in a row, and they dropped out of the rankings, I think. But they're a good team. They got a really good freshman. We tried to recruit him hard. They ended up going there. He grew up in Athens, Georgia, so it's kind of hometown for him. But before he moved to Destin, Florida, but the kid Ace Newell's played really well. They've got some other guards. He's a big. They've got some other guards that have been good. I thought our crowd was unbelievable for the LSU game. We need it to be the same way. It was loud. I didn't see an open seat in there. So it'd be great if we continue doing it like that every. And there's not that many home games left, and I think we got a pretty good team. So if we get out and support them, I think there's 5 home games left. Is that right?
I think
five, if I'm correct. So we got to make sure we get everybody out for these for the last whatever it is, 5 or 6 home games here.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Chris. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Coach Nate Oats with us here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. You can get game ready by shopping at Alumni Hall. It's your ultimate Crimson Tide shopping experience. Shop Nike and for all your officially licensed Bama gear. Head to Alumni Hall, Midtown Village, or alumnihall.com. Receive $10 in rewards for every $150 that you spend. Check them out at Alumni Hall. Hey, Coach, in the Nate Oates Show, presented by Alfa Insurance. And we are coming back to wrap it up after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics, with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Hey Alabama, celebrate with JMF Solutions. With nearly 2 decades of innovation, JMF proudly announces its $6.3 million award for Alabama's middle mile broadband projects. But wait, there's more. Introducing Prestige HealthNet, revolutionizing hospital IT services. Prestige brings professional solutions to rural hospitals, saving costs and elevating healthcare standards. Visit PrestigeHealthNet.com or call 251-517-4411 to learn more. JMF Solutions and Prestige HealthNet, building a brighter future for Alabama together.
Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965 by Hal and Melissa Guthrie, Guthrie's was America's first chicken finger restaurant. Guthrie still uses the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe in every chicken finger they serve. Fresh, hot, and fast. Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers has been Alabama owned and operated since 1965, and Guthrie's is still growing strong. Come see us soon. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $379 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
I'm Jan Miller. And I'm Kobe Prentice. Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, an Alabama tailgate tradition. Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965, Guthrie's has been a Bama fan favorite for years. From your hometown to college towns all around, Guthrie's is still serving the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe just like always, fresh, hot, and fast. Make Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers the MVP of your next tailgate. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
What's up next for Bama? The Tide takes on Mississippi State Wednesday night in Starkville. The game tips at 8 o'clock. Coverage starts at 7 here on the network. If you missed any of tonight's show, you can always catch it on demand on our Alabama Insider podcast. Download and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Good night from Baumhower's Victory Grill. I'm Chris Stewart. We'll talk to you next time.